the Gulf Stream. And no, I'm not talking about some Learjet, which some rich bugger decides to make unnecessary flights. No. I'll talk about the climate crisis. Yeah, I think it's time that we all face up to the harsh reality that global warming is wreaking havoc on our planet. And especially, actually, Europe, as it seems. Now, if you think it's just, well, about polar bears and melting ice caps, I think you should think again. Yeah. Because the Gulf Stream is that mighty oceanic conveyor belt. Wally, you're kind of hogging this, you're hogging the camera, boy. There you are. Anyway, yeah, and unfortunately this conveyor belt is on the verge of collapse. And it's taken our moderate European climate down with it. This is quite scary, really, in many ways, as it is. We're going to be seeing colder winters and hotter summers as a result. We're already noticing it now. The highest temperatures ever recorded in Europe. Greece, for instance, is in a bit of a crisis, you could say. So is Italy. Well, now, I'm no climate scientist. No, I'm not a boffin. Not at all. But even I can see that, well, the writing on the wall. Now, the Gulf Stream, it's a bit of a majestic force, you could say, of nature. And it is responsible for carrying warm water from the tropics to our shores. But it's slowing down. It's actually shifted as well. Now, why is that? You guessed it. It's global warming. Now, our incandescent need to have everything, like a personal greed to own all the shit that we don't need, that hasn't helped. Making journeys that we don't really need to make, that hasn't helped. Destroying our environment all around us so we feel we have to go on holidays further afield, causing more detriment to the environment. Rising temperatures are causing the ice caps to melt at a rather alarming rate, injecting massive amounts of fresh water into the North Atlantic. Well, this influx of fresh water is diluting the salinity of the ocean. It's making it less salty. Yeah, that's a problem because it's weakening the Gulf Stream and disrupting this crucial flow. And what does that really mean for us in Europe? Well, it means, actually, let me break it down for you. The Gulf Stream acts as a giant radiator. It regulates our climate and keeping our winters milder than they would normally be, naturally. But it's slowed down. We're losing that natural thermostat. Now, without those warm waters being transported northward, we're left to deal with harsher winters and scorching summers. Lovely. Not. Just look at the recent heat waves we've experienced here in Europe. Record-breaking temperatures. That used to be a rarity and is now becoming the norm. And it's not just about comfort. It's about the very fabric of our societies. Agriculture, infrastructure, ecosystems. They're all under the threat of, this is a delicate balance of our climate system, which is teetering on the edge. Well, I think it's time we all woke up, my friends, yeah? And smell the rising temperatures. We can no longer afford really to bury our heads in the sand, or in this case, the rapidly melting ice caps. We must take urgent action to curb greenhouse gas emissions, invest in renewable energy sources, and preserve our planet for future generations. I worry about my grandchildren, I already do. It's not looking good. Well, the clock is ticking, as you can see. And the Gulf Stream, it's not going to wait, is it, for us to get our act together? No. We as a people have the power to make change and force change. Do we, though? No, not really. We didn't do enough. We really don't do enough, none of us, to make a real difference. We'll just show a little anger at orange confetti over a man responsible for at least 30,000 deaths. Our priorities are seriously messed up, you could say. Now, I understand that many people are not in a position to do anything, quite frankly. They're all worrying, scared about their own economic trials and tribulations. I get that. Maybe you haven't got any land to plant a tree, for instance, or grow your own vegetables. Maybe. What do you reckon, Wally? Okay, thanks for that, boy. Yeah. It's quite frightening. It really is. But if you do want to, let's come to that actually. We're planting trees here in France. We're planting 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land. If you want to be a part of that and, you know, make your contribution, there is a GoFundMe link down below, and we'll plant a tree on your behalf, and I will make a sign to go with that tree. Yeah, thanks, Wally. And also, I'll put your name with that tree in the form of a wooden sign. Could be your name or memory of a loved one. But if you just want to support the channel, so we can get the message out there, please, you know, just boot the whole like button. Helps the channel, you know. And if you want to support the channel financially, there's a GoFundMe or Buy Me a Coffee, and there's also you're on your Patreon. I've got worms out in a minute. I feel all discombobulated. I really do. Wally, you distracted me. But you are lovely, that you are. Come here, fella. Yeah. Oh, I just want to... Oh, people see... That's better. You are trouble. That's what you are. A load of trouble. Aren't you? Hey? He's 13 now, aren't you, boy? Getting on a bit. He's an old man. Aren't you? Yeah? But you're still a dude. That you are. He is a dude. He really is. Well, it's time for us to go. You say ta-ta, Wally. Okay, I can force you to do it now. Ta-ta! Bonne journée.